Hello, hi, hi.
Hi.
Hi Nidhi, कैसे हो? How are you?
Hi, ठीक हूँ. I'm good. आप कैसे हो? I heard
Did
your
I, did
whole
I?
introduction.
But guys, everyone watching this right now, welcome Nidhi, Nidhi. Thank you so much for doing this. Welcome to Instant
Thank
Bollywood.
you. Thank you. I always
हम
like instant Bollywood.
Thank you so much. Nidhi, I want to begin by asking you, we'll talk about quarantine, we'll talk about how you were spending your time, but fun fact that a lot of you guys do not know is Nidhi went through multiple auditions, like probably if I'm not wrong, 7 audition cycles
Oh
to
God.
crack, to get through Munna Michael. Tell us
Yeah.
about this journey of getting Munna Michael and how was it?
So I mean, like you said, there
जी.
were a lot of people. हिंदी में बात करूँ या इंग्लिश में?
हाँ, हिंदी 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 हिंदी
हिंदी में.
अमेजिंग, हिंदी बेस्ट.
चलो बहुत
यस
टाइम से नहीं बात किया हिंदी में. ठीक है.
यस
तो आई
यस
मीन इतने सारे लोग थे जिनको उन्होंने ऑडिशन किया. और आई थिंक दे
जी.
ऑडिशन पीपल फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर. लकीली आई एम अ डांसर, so that
Yes.
really worked in my favor. And I had a lot of rounds. Yeah, I had like a dancing
मतलब
round, I had
7 rounds is a lot.
it is. It is. Then imagine like a newcomer, you're not prepared to
Hmm.
go through so many rounds, and it was
Yeah,
quite a long process, and it was quite a long wait also. After
of
giving
course.
those auditions, it was like, okay, aaj bhi ho gaya, but they haven't called me yet. Okay, let's just wait for some more time. So it was like, it
Hmm.
was, yeah, quite intense, I would say, but
Intense.
totally worth it.
But tell me, Nidhi, मैं हमेशा ये पूछता हूँ, especially to people who are like, correct me if I'm wrong, आपकी family में कोई भी entertainment industry से नहीं है.
जी नहीं, कोई भी नहीं है.
नहीं.
कोई कोई
तो
क्रिएटिव
आप
फील्ड में भी
कोई
नहीं
क्रिएटिव
है. आई एम फ्रॉम
तो
दिस फैमिली, सो या.
इमेजिन इमेजिन तो मैं वही
या
सोच रहा था कि देखो आपको जैसे देयर इज नो गाइड बुक मतलब आई एम श्योर कि अगर आपके फादर डॉक्टर हैं या इंजीनियर हैं या लॉयर हैं या
राइट.
किसी पर्टिकुलर प्रोफेशन में तो आपके पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को जरूर गाइड कर सकते हैं कि भाई डू दिस एग्जाम इस बुक से पढ़ो या बट फॉर
ऑफ
पीपल लाइक
कोर्स.
यू जो कि एक बिल्कुल अलग बैकग्राउंड से आए हैं एंड आर गेटिंग इनटू
राइट.
द एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री
या
पेरेंट्स भी गाइड नहीं कर सकते वो क्या कहेंगे कि हाँ
नहीं कर
ऑडिशन के लिए
सकते.
जाओ ऐसे प्रिपेयर करो यू शुड ग्रूम योरसेल्फ लाइक दिस
Yeah, I mean,
तो
they
हाउ
don't
डिड यू डू
really
इट
know, they're not really aware. So, I
या
mean, first of all, for me, moving from Bangalore to Bombay itself was a big challenge because
Moving is
initially my
another.
parents, yeah, because initially my parents were like, huh, you want to go to Bombay to become an actor? Okay, great. Like, I was in this very room. In fact, I think in this very spot when I was telling them that, I don't care, I'm leaving. So
Yeah.
I just need to go.
Yeah,
And
amazing.
but I completely get it because मेरे पास एक छोटी बहन है, so I get that you can
The
become very
concern,
confused.
yes, yes.
Yeah, you are. It's just basic things like security. Where is she gonna stay? What about her
Yeah,
food? A
yeah.
hundred things.
100 things.
So I
Parents की इतनी चिंताएं होती है अपने बच्चों के लिए, but
hundred
obviously we
percent.
as kids because when we are following a dream हमें लगता है हमें बस ये करना है उस टाइम पे. Of course, now
But
that
I
in
mean,
retrospect,
even now, yeah,
yeah,
I don't know how I had so much of guts back then, to just be like, I'm going to live in an unknown city almost, live alone,
hmm.
figure out my food, everything. And I'm so scared to sleep alone. This is a big confession of mine. I'm so scared to
Okay.
sleep alone. Like, it's
But
a
I'm
very,
glad कि
very.
you have taken this journey and now like you've passed that initial time.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
And जहाँ पे हम guidance की बात करते हैं, obviously they don't know better. Like they
hmm.
don't know what you should do at this point. Like I
Yeah,
remember during my first film and even after my first film, I didn't exactly know what to do. I had gotten a couple of films, but I got into some kind of wrong contracts, and there was a lot of stuff that happened that probably would have not happened, if I was from the
amazing.
industry.
And
I would
somebody
have.
was there to guide you and help you out.
Yeah, just maybe
Yeah,
like some guiding force or something because I was taking
बिल्कुल.
every decision and I was so young, so I didn't even really know
I'm
what I
sure.
was doing.
I'm
Those time
sure. I'm
pe,
sure.
I would just believe anybody, believe anything, not really know
But
what to do.
but tell
But
us, Nidhi,
how?
that exact moment. Tell us when you finally got के 7 auditions के बाद एक
Yeah.
confirmation मिलना. पहले तो मेरे को
हाँ.
बताओ कि आपका खुद का क्या रिएक्शन था एक एंड जब फैमिली को ये बात बताई व्हाट वाज देयर रिएक्शन क्योंकि उनके लिए
So
उनकी बेटी
first
एक
of
अलग
all,
शहर या
100%. So first of all, I never tell my family anything until it's 100% done and I'm on set shooting for that film. I don't tell them anything because this is, one industry where things are constantly changing. So I don't say anything to them because,
Plus,
I'm a
Indian
child.
parents, I feel like Indian parents, वो थोड़ी सी बात होती है. Like my parents, even if
Yeah.
there's slight, वो बेचारे WhatsApp पे हमारे बेटे ने ये किया. I'm like, let this
Yes,
just get
this is
confirmed.
so true. Like my parents are constantly sending me like rumors of I'm doing
Yeah.
this, I'm doing that, and I'm just like, okay, even I don't know if this is true. So just like give me some time. I really don't know. So I don't
Yes.
tell them because somewhere even we want to protect our parents, just like how they
Absolutely.
want to protect us.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
of course, I didn't tell them till the last moment, and I don't. For me, it was such a big deal because it was a
It
really
is.
big
It is.
film,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
for me to get such a big film as my first film was like a dream launch. And I mean, I'm from Bangalore and I had always seen
Yes.
Deepika, so I
Yes.
always just thought,
Absolutely.
oh, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. So for me,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, I'm also getting such a huge launch. So I mean,
Yeah.
I was
It
really
is.
happy, dancing, couldn't believe it for a while. I don't think it even it took me a couple of days to actually believe that, okay, Nidhi, you're gonna have to go on set and actually perform. This is
Calm yourself down.
true. So I mean, it took me a while to just, process that information, but it took me some time
Also, Nidhi,
to
like
believe.
again, no
Yeah.
judgments, but मुझे लगता है कि आपका
Yeah.
हिंदी के ऊपर भी like when you speak, it's very fluent. So
Is it?
was it like
I mean,
it is.
I'm a North Indian girl. I'm an Agarwal. I live in Bangalore, but
Okay.
Hindi to matlab I've
I am from the
studied.
north. High five on that. Great,
Yeah.
awesome. Northeast taking over the world. Amazing. But tell me, like,
Yeah.
did you actually like train yourself? क्योंकि मुझे लगता है having lived in a particular city now, like you said, कि you have been living in Bangalore, so obviously
Bangalore.
that's the south. So ऐसा था कि कुछ हिंदी में आपको दिक्कत आई कि आपने you were okay with it. You were like, हाँ,
नहीं, जरा
I
भी
was.
नहीं. Honestly, I think people around me would think that ठीक है, maybe she will have a South Indian accent in her
Yeah,
Hindi.
yeah.
That is a
Yes.
real thing. Or
Yes.
whatever. But I really don't. I think I'm one
Okay.
person who has no accent. Like my English has no accent, my Hindi has no accent. It's
Amazing,
just
amazing.
the way it is. Yeah.
Great,
Because I mean, I've studied Hindi in school. It's been my second language. So I mean, I
great.
have really gone for Hindi tuitions and I have really studied it. So I know.
Tell me, Nidhi,
Like
now,
ICSE
क्योंकि
Hindi is very tough.
it is. My mom is
Yeah.
teaching in ICSE board, so she tells me
Yeah.
because I'm a CBSE student. She tells me कि ICSE is very difficult. So I'm sure कि
Especially
हिंदी में तो काफी.
yeah. हाँ.
Okay, tell me, Nidhi, now that अभी हम घर पर हैं सब लोग.
जी.
You're also like you're in Bangalore, if I'm not wrong.
I'm in Bangalore, yes. I
You're
came
with your
back in
parents.
yes.
Okay, great. So
100%.
then
They
that
would
is fine because at least you're not alone. Because
drag me.
you're they dragged you back.
They kind of did. They kind of called me non-stop till I came back. So I just came back,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Tell me, how are you spending time during this lockdown? Like, कैसा feel कर रहे हो आप? Are you fed up of it right now? Are you like, ठीक है, मतलब अभी I'm still okay to go for a couple of days?
I have mixed feelings. It changes every day. Every day I just look
Okay.
at my calendar on my phone and I'm like, today is the first, today is the second, today is third, fourth. I haven't done much. And I mean, I've been traveling so much because in the last 2 years I've done about 3 Telugu films. I've almost done one Tamil film. I'm also shooting
Yes.
for one more Telugu. So I've
And
been
we
working.
and I was actually when I was researching, so I said because of course I am not very familiar with the South industry, but मैंने जब के बारे में भी थोड़ा बहुत investigation किया, तो I was like, oh, she's done so many couple of films in the South. So,
Yes, I have.
which also I'm so sorry to interrupt you, brings me to another question. के Nidhi, is it really different in terms of like how things happen on a set when it comes to a Hindi film and a film in the South? कुछ
Not
difference
at all.
रहता है? No.
कुछ भी
Okay.
नहीं. Except for the language and
Nothing is different.
khana that you get served. Absolutely nothing is different. Like on a South Indian set, I'll get idlis for breakfast, basically. And on a North Indian, like in a set in Bombay, I'll get poha for breakfast, plus whatever. But I mean,
Great.
that's the big difference. Other than that, there is no real difference. The
There's
filmmaking
no real
process
difference.
is the same, but every set is different. So even every South Indian film of mine that I've shot for, I felt so different in every film, because the director, the actor, the DOP,
The team is
it's a
different.
it's like living in a different city during that time. Like you're shooting this
Yeah.
film, say for 1 month, not 1 month. Well, for 3 months you're living in Morocco. For 3 months you're living in, I don't know, some place. So it
It,
is
it, it, it
literally
is. It
like
is
that.
like going on a school trip with some friends once, and then another
Exactly.
once. It's like working on a different project all together with
Completely.
different teams.
So it's just
Amazing.
every project that's different. It's nothing to do with the language. So coming back to what I'm doing, one thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to learn a language, you
Oh,
know.
nice.
Yeah, because I have so much time. Now, see, I've done three Telugu. So Telugu,
Ji.
I've kind of got it. I think I've got 80% of Telugu. It's not
Hmm.
that tough. So I started to understand and speak. And
All right.
I'm trying to learn a little bit of Tamil because that
Oh,
I've just
great.
done one film. So, it's gonna take me one or two more films to really
To
start
like
understanding.
get a hang of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to learn Tamil. I'm doing an online course in
Really.
acting. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
So
Amazing.
I'm doing that because, okay, so last year I did a flight count on Insta and I took 163 flights. So I
What?
sitting like this is
You basically
driving
lived
me.
on the flight.
Yeah, so sitting like this is driving me crazy. I mean, I realize how
I'm sure.
fortunate I am to be just at home and to be eating, having
Yeah.
something to
घर
eat
का
and
खाना.
being with my family and all. I'm
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
grateful for that. But at the same time, I'm kind of losing my mind. So I'm trying to, not just waste time, but just learn something in this
Just
time. And I
indulge into
miss,
something meaningful. Yes.
yeah, I mean, I miss so many classic films all my life. So I'm just trying to
Yeah.
catch up on that as well. So
Tell
yeah,
me,
just all of these things. And I did jharu also today.
Jharu, you did the
So
household work
yeah,
also?
I did. I did jharu today. I baked a cake a few days ago.
Oh,
I've been quite
nice.
helpful at home. I
Amazing.
haven't been a complete waste. Yeah.
Nidhi, tell me, I have two questions. एक अभी आपने बोला
Okay.
कि you're also taking online acting classes.
Yes, I
तो
am.
एक तो आप मुझे ये बताओ कि
Hmm.
of course you decided it's not कि somebody discovered you at a restaurant and you suddenly
No.
became an actress. You auditioned 7 times and मुश्किल hard work के बाद move to another city away from home घर से दूर
Right.
managing everything by yourself and coming from outside the industry no
And domestic
contracts.
work is really a lot of
it's
work,
it's
huh?
it drives you crazy
Yeah.
sometimes. So with all of those things you cracked your first audition, not the first audition but the first film that you did, okay?
Yeah.
And now you said that you're taking acting classes. This is very
Yeah.
humbling also. I'm sure this is very humbling कि this person has done her first big film but she still goes back to becoming a student and
I've
learning more.
done
Do you
six
think it is
films in
important?
2 years and I'm still
Imagine.
taking acting classes,
Yeah, yeah.
not because, but I just think that you need to keep, see now, I think with this break, a dancer's dancing, unless you do it every day, is gonna go out of the window, because your
Yeah.
body kind of forgets. Not that I think I'm
Yes.
going to forget acting, but it's just that I'm not a trained actor. I've never trained in
Yes.
acting ever.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
more of a spontaneous actor, so whatever I feel in the shot at that moment, I do it. So this way, at least, I feel like I'll be able to formulate a method for myself, which I've really
And plus
always
I feel
wanted
like,
to do.
yeah, and plus I feel like, to be instinctive, like you said, to be an
Yeah,
instinctive actor, it's important to
yeah,
do that amazing hard work जो पहले पीछे करना
exactly,
पड़ता है to be able to
exactly.
become instinctive.
Yeah,
So
especially
so
with your
it's
character and how to
yeah,
develop it.
it's very nice to hear कि आप अभी भी acting class ले रहे हो. Also
Yeah.
tell me Nidhi, I want to know कि जब आपने पहले मूवी के दिन पहले सेट पे पहला सीन शूट किया इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कैमरा,
Oh God.
कैन एक्सप्लेन दैट वो एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं कि वो मोमेंट, वो 5-10 मिनट ऑफ नर्वसनेस, एक्साइटमेंट, एवरीथिंग, वो कैसा था?
तो बहुत चैलेंजिंग था बिकॉज जो मेरा पहला डे, इट्स लाइक आप एक नॉन स्विमर को लेके आप डीप एंड में आप थ्रो कर दो. Literally that for me, So I remember my first day was the song Shake Kara, which is my introduction song in the
या
film.
या
That's
या
actually my first shot ever in front of a camera. I had never done an ad before that. I had done a lot of shoots, photo shoots, but never like a video, you
वीडियो
know,
शूट या
yeah, something that's actually going to be aired or something that's going to
एंड
be
वेयर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर
seen
आल्सो
by
प्रेजेंट ऑन द
people.
सेट लुकिंग एट यू.
Yes. I was shocked. I entered this
Oh
huge
god.
place and I was like, okay, this place is huge. So many people on one set. Okay, it was a little bit, and I mean, I was wearing a little bit of heels, and the floor was slipping, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh God,
What
what
if
is
I slip?
happening? I just
So
prayed to God. I was
it
like,
was
God, please, just आज का दिन करा दो बस.
आज का दिन करा दो. So after the
Yeah.
first couple of takes, were you like chill? You were like, okay, I can do this. I'm under control.
I don't know, yeah. I mean, it did take, so only what happened is I went on the side. I was so nervous and I was so scared. I cried a little bit and then I came and then I was fine. And then I kind of got used to everything, everybody.
Yeah.
But I honestly think it takes you a couple of films, not just days, to
To
really
get to
to
be okay
just
with the fact. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, to just really understand what you're doing,
Yeah.
because when you're performing, there are a lot of things involved. There's your character, there's what this particular scene means. There are 100 things. So I think to get all of
Yeah.
that right, it's not days. Like that takes films. So
That
I
takes
think
films, I'm
every
sure.
film, yeah. So this is my only aim is to just get better with every film that I do, and I think
Amazing.
honestly, this is the best time to be doing films in all languages, and I'm so happy. Maybe because I'm from Bangalore, I have
Yeah.
always also wanted to do South Indian films, not just Hindi. It just happened that I started with the Hindi
The
film.
first film was a Hindi film. Yes.
Yeah, it just happened. I got this film before I got any other film, even in the South, or I even knew about anything. I went into it very unplanned, trust me. Like it was not so planned. I had auditioned only for Munna Michael and another film, which also I had got, but I chose to
Okay.
do this film as my first, launch film.
The first launch film. Amazing.
Yeah.
So post that, I think I think which is great because post that all the work that you've done is by the virtue of merit. The people have liked your previous work and they
Absolutely.
have
Yeah.
casted you, which is such an ideal situation. And
Yeah.
it has also come because you have worked hard previously. So amazing. Kudos to you on
And
that.
also that I'm lucky, because I really feel, okay, see,
I'm glad that
I
you said that.
know,
I'm really happy that you said that.
but it's true because, there are so many people who work so hard, who are so talented, who are so beautiful, who are such good actors, who are everything. But I'm sure I'm damn lucky to have gotten that first opportunity and second and third and fourth and fifth and so many. So I can never ever take away the fact, about how luck is a huge factor in my life.
But Nidhi, matlab, it's such
Yeah.
a debatable thing. Some people really don't believe in luck. Some people believe in just hard work. मुझे लगता है it's the humility in you and the modesty in you speaking that.
Thank
But
you.
I'm sure कि see, कभी कभार I
See,
think
hard work
it's with
is
a
inevitable. You have to work hard as an actor.
yes,
Like if you
yes,
have to
yes,
wake up at 3 o'clock to be ready at 4:35 and shoot, you have to do that. If I have to
yes.
work, if I have to take 163 flights for shoot, or if I have to
Imagine.
not sleep.
God.
No, I've also done shoot for two. I remember I was shooting for two Telugu films, day shift and night shift. So I literally had no sleep for 3 to 4 days. So I've done that. So I think, but actors work very hard, not just me, so many
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
I'm sure.
yeah, so I think that hard work is just inevitable, but luck is a huge factor. And I don't want to, just sit here and just say that, oh yeah, it's all because of my hard work. I mean, it is, but it is
Sure.
also a little bit of
We'll give
luck.
it to you. We'll give that to you. We'll give that to
Yeah.
you. Tell me, you said कि आप इन दिनों में you are also like being not being a waste. You're also आप झाड़ू भी लगा रहे हो आप. So
हाँ.
tell me like do you do all of these things अपने आप की मुंबई में तो I'm sure when you had initially gone तो आप because you come from a very normal household just like all of us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then you got into the industry. Up that you
Right.
come back home and you are now Nidhi Agarwal. So parents को ऐसे होता है कि अब हमारी बच्ची थोड़ी बड़ी सेलिब्रिटी बन गई तो नहीं नहीं बेटा
Oh,
तुम बैठ
not
जाओ
at
हम कर
all.
लेंगे नो
Not at all. No. At home, it's still the same. Yeah. Like it's the same idli is made for me because I love idli.
you
For
love
breakfast,
idlis
lunch, and dinner, I love idli for breakfast. Like I can eat idli all day, every day. So it's exactly the same things. Like if I'm watching something in the hall and we all want to eat together, my parents will still make me change, to what they want to watch. So there's nothing that
amazing
has
that
changed.
has changed so parents and family is grounding and humbling
Always. But even if you read reviews of people, that those are also pretty humbling sometimes.
I think critical like constructive criticism is always great Nidhi of
If
course we
it's
should ignore the
constructive.
hate if it's constructive it's great but I'm
Yeah,
sure कि ज़्यादातर appreciation ही मिली है. As far as I know, people have really liked you.
99%.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
thank you. But I mean, not, yeah, 98, 99%, yes. But that 1% is, you can't ignore them.
yeah.
But
So
you
you
should.
were not born. Yeah, I'm sure. But you were not born. You were not born into a filmy family, for the lack of better term. It was not that you'd seen cameras and media attention since the beginning. It just happened to
Never.
you just some time back. So
Yeah.
tell me, what is that one thing that you love about this life now, where Nidhi is a known name and a known face on Instagram everywhere, and a
Yeah.
Nidhi times back when she was not recognized by generally by people. What do you miss
Yeah.
about each? What do you like about today's time, and what do you miss about previous time?
What I like, okay, so I have now not grown up around cameras, but I remember from the first time I ever watched a film, I knew I was going to be an actor, so
Amazing,
it, I
amazing.
just like, I don't know at what age that was, maybe 3, 4, 5, I have no clue, but I always knew that this is what is gonna happen. I didn't know how. I really did not know how, but there was something like, I mean, this is what I'm going to be, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
always, it's kind of freaky, but it's true.
See how amazing
But
it is. Like such a young age, you had just some thought in the mind कि मेरे को ये करना है.
no, it's just that I knew कि ये होगा. मतलब this
यही
is
होगा.
what my life is
Great,
going to
great,
be. And I used to like sometimes look at actresses and look at their hair and their nails and their eyelashes and be like, oh, but my nails are not looking like that. How will I be an actor? I used to
Yeah,
think they're not human when I was
yeah,
younger.
yeah.
Then I was like,
They
oh, but I am
they're
human.
unapproachable, and like you
Yeah.
can't reach
And
them. They're stuck.
at
Yeah,
that time, like without social media, actors were kind of
exactly,
like,
exactly.
you didn't really know much about them.
There was
And
a mystery behind them. Now
I
that you're
used
all
to
open on
think,
social media, yeah, yeah,
yeah, I mean, I used to think they're not human. So imagine for me to want to be an actor, to be like, but I'm a human being. How will this happen?
yeah.
But no, but the best part about doing what I do or about right now is just the fact that I get to be in front of the camera pretty much every day of my life. Working
Amazing.
in really good films in whichever language it may be, not having to compromise on my work in any way and just like being busy every day and
I'm
just
so
doing
sorry to interrupt you. I'm
something
so
that
sorry to
I
interrupt you.
can't. Huh.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Somebody has just commented. There have been a lot of comments praising you. Somebody said Vikas Kumwat says my favorite actress is Nidhi Agerwal. So thank you so much. You should
How
definitely address
sweet.
this because a lot of people have been writing it क्योंकि हम conversation में भूल जाते हैं. But I just wanted to tell you this that there are people who really like
Yeah, no,
you
thank
know.
you. I
Yes, please
love I
continue.
love it when people call me their favorite. So that's always nice.
Amazing, amazing,
So
amazing.
big thank you to all of them. And people on Insta are just very, very sweet. So
I'm sure. I'm
lots
sure.
of love. All these people who've come on today. But tell me about like all of y'all and you. How are you guys, spending your time and
Everybody
what's
in the
your
comments
plan?
below, please tell Nidhi, how are you spending your quarantine?
Yeah. And
Also,
what
also,
about
Nidhi, you were
you?
saying
How are
something.
you spending it?
Nidhi, I have
Huh.
just moved to Mumbai as well. So up there,
Okay.
because my
From where?
parents' birthday was, I am from Punjab. I'm from the north as well.
Oh wow.
So I'm
Okay,
I'm from
great.
Punjab. So I moved to Mumbai last year, and because it was my parents' birthday in March, the initial first 2 weeks of March. So I came just to celebrate their birthday, and then I had plans to go back. I had my flight back in
And then
Mumbai,
you got
but then
stuck. Yeah.
maybe I won't say stuck, but my parents were like, extend your trip for a week, na. Just stay here, and then we
Huh.
can go once the situation is under control. But
Yeah.
situation has not
Yeah.
been under control since then. So I'm very happy कि मैं घर पे
Exactly.
हूँ. It's been nice.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Because I mean,
Nidhi,
handling everything on your own at this
it's
time is
difficult.
quite tough. So it's nice to be
And that is
alone.
why I have a new sense of appreciation for you because now that of course people who follow you on Instagram really know the nitty-gritties of your life, but I feel for a lot of people who might not know certain details, अब ये जानकर बहुत खुशी होती है कि you've come from a very simple somebody who's very passionate about the craft, has
Yes.
worked hard, has also is so nice to also say that it was luck, destiny and hard work, and now has made it in a way. So I think that is an inspiring thing for everyone who's hustling right now. कि भाई अगर आप सच में मेहनत करो and really prepared and the opportunity comes your way, so you can really crack it. I think you're truly that example that
Absolutely.
you were always so passionate कि जब आया तो आपने करके दिखाया.
Absolutely, dreams do come true, so dream, but also be practical. I mean, I
Yes,
did always want to become an actor, yes, but I did complete my education. My
which is
parents
amazing.
did want me to get a basic degree, just to be able to support myself eventually, whatever happens. And
Exactly.
even when I moved to Bombay, they gave me a year. They said, go for a year, see how things go. If you get something in a year, great. If you don't get something in a year, better come back. But I did
Amazing.
get something like within a year, so I ended up staying
How cool
back.
is
But
that? How cool is that?
yeah, but also I know it sounds amazing to say just go for your dream and don't care about anything else, but be a little bit practical also,
For sure.
because
For sure.
yeah,
So
time is of the essence in your 20s.
Nidhi, tell me, though there are two schools of thought. एक
Mm-hmm.
लोग कहते हैं कि there should never be a plan B because
Yeah,
if you have a plan B, you won't be able to work hard enough for plan A. And some
right.
people say that you should always have plan A, B, C, D because you are always cushioning yourself with something to rely back on. What is
Right.
your school of thought?
So for me, it's a very mixed thing because this was my only plan. But my parents kind of made sure that I had an education to fall back on, which is
Absolutely.
which is so important, to be honest, not just because if you want to do something in business, but even for life, just the way I would maybe analyze a situation or the way I would interact with someone. I think somewhere your education plays a huge role. So I
Absolutely.
don't think
Absolutely.
you should ever give up your education for anything. Not just for, your marks and this and that, but for overall like holistic development and
Like a
exposure.
personality development. I feel like
Yeah,
education makes you
absolutely.
eloquent. It makes you a well-rounded person. Like the
And also
fact
very
that
confident. Yeah.
I'm very confident. Like, I've seen a couple of interviews where I see you speaking, or I see people in general who are like very
Mhm.
educated, and
Yeah.
I feel like they how they answer their questions or how they speak
Right.
in general. It's very
Yeah.
eloquent. It's very well thought of. So मुझे नहीं लगता कि
Correct.
of yeah, it's not like कि आपको वो social studies में इतने number चाहिए. It's like
Not
education is
at
about
all.
going to an
Yes.
institution, learning, being
Yeah,
a
I mean,
student.
in
These kind
my
of
school, I didn't have exams till the seventh. I come from a very different kind of a school. So
Hmm.
marks was never really like important, but it was just we had so many activities and projects and things like that. I was
Yeah.
forced to like take part in debates and a
Oh,
hundred
same,
things.
same. So good. So
So,
good. Yeah.
but all of that is so important just for overall development and just
Absolutely.
communication skills and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Nidhi Bhupen in the comments has said, ma'am, please work in a web series. Do you have any plans to
Oh,
get into digital content? Uh,
uh,
or
yeah.
are you
I mean,
open
if
for it?
I am open to it, if it's with a director that I want to work with, or if it's a script that I really, really like, I don't mind. I just saw this web series called She. It's
Oh, everybody's talking about it. I also watched it. It was
yeah.
so good. It
So
was
that's
so
on
good.
Netflix. I watched it and I
Yes,
really liked it. So I think the whole thing is kind of it is mainly this girl's story and it's
yes.
really nice. So
It's
I mean,
amazing.
if a story is so strong, then of course I'd
Yeah.
love to. And
Also,
honestly,
Nidhi,
yeah.
yeah. Please continue. Please continue.
No, no, no. Tell me. Yeah.
Nidhi, when you are offered a script,
Mm-hmm.
how do you what do you look for some basic things in your script that makes you want to do a script or makes you reject a film or reject a script मतलब ऐसी कौन सी चीज होती है कि भाई if I know these are some tick marks एक script में तो मैं तो ये कर ही रही हूँ. What is that?
Mm-hmm. So I'll give you two answers. I'll give you one technical answer and I'll give you one honest answer. Okay,
Okay,
so
awesome, awesome.
the technical the technical answer is that I obviously want to see who the director is, which is actually all true. Both are true. But yeah, I
Yes,
mean, I want to see who the director is. I want to see my character because I always believe a film, as much as it is about the story, you need to have a really strong character. And I've seen that even with films of mine, when I've had good characters, people like you more in that film because it's not because you've done well or badly, it's just your character.
absolutely.
So I
Like
want to
your
look
character
at
has a graph, it has an arc. It's not
exactly
like
like
a
some
pretty
sort of
face in a film.
growth.
Yeah,
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 some sort of growth or some change, or you react to some situation in some way. Just an interesting character. And obviously you want to see the screenplay of a film because it shouldn't be completely flat and very boring and have very random high and low points. Um,
Absolutely, absolutely.
so I think and also somewhere you would just want to see, okay, this film is probably going to release, say, next year. So what would people like at that time? Because I feel like
So
the
your future,
timing of a
your,
film
yeah,
is very, very important. Because say some films that have done well, say even 6 years ago, would probably not do well now. So I think
oh
just the
yes,
timing of
100%,
every film,
100%.
yeah, is so important. So I think these are the technical aspects, and of course, who the DOP is, and all of
Yes.
that. But the honest answer is intuition. I've noticed that whenever I have just on the basis of just an intuition that I want to do this film, I
कि
don't know
अंदर से एक
which.
आवाज है कि you know what, you should do it.
Yes, I don't know
Amazing,
why I want to
amazing.
do this film, and it has happened. Like one of the films I've done, my entire team was like, please do not do this film. In fact, I went into the meeting thinking that, okay, I'm not going to do this film. I'm going to say no and come out. But I went in, and I don't know, I just felt like, okay, I want to do this film. And I
Wow.
said yes. I heard the narration, everything. I said yes, and I came out. My team was not very happy about it, but that film is my biggest hit. So I think
It
it's
happens
just
like
your
that sometimes.
own intuition. Like whenever I've
Wow.
listened to other people, I've not been very happy. When I've actually followed what I really wanted, it's
Yeah.
just always worked out. So I think that's just the most real reason why I would or would not do a film.
I think Nidhi, what also you said, which I also, if I deconstruct your answer a little bit more, I feel like
Yeah.
somebody has very rightly said that to do what you want to do is is says that you're intelligent, but to do
Yeah.
what is required to do, like you said, being futuristic about it, is
Right.
it makes you a genius. कि आपको पता होगा
Yeah.
कि भाई ये 1.5 साल बाद ये मूवी पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन के बाद जब रिलीज होगी
हाँ,
तो उस टाइम पे
exactly.
लोगों की चॉइसेस बदली होंगी. Will
I
this be
mean, right
appropriate and
now,
relevant?
people might be in a particular zone, but if you start shooting for a film right now, the zone, mentally, what zone people are in, that releases a
Yeah,
year and a half later, they're not going to be in this space anymore. So I
yeah,
feel you
yeah.
have to think a little bit ahead of where people are
Yes.
in the moment. Yeah,
Which I think is a very difficult. I think more than being in front of the
it
camera and
is.
action and cut,
It is.
I think वो decision जो आप लेते हो as actors के,
It is.
okay, thinking about being it a futuristic film and being it a relevant film, वो
Yeah.
decision I think as an actor it's a very difficult job that you guys do,
It
which
is.
is
It is, and I think
amazing.
no one really knows. Like I've seen a lot of actors say that, you can think that this may do well and that may do well, but to be really honest, you don't know. Like every film has
It's
its own
trial and
opinion.
error. It's trial and error.
Yeah,
Yes.
it really is. It's just sometimes you don't know why a film has done well, and sometimes you don't know why a film has not done well. It's just,
Absolutely.
I think it's just God. I don't know what it is, but
Amazing. Amazing.
it's
Nidhi,
just
also
something
tell
that.
me, also tell me now that you are a public person, of course
Yeah.
a lot has to do with the fact, because it's a visual medium, so आपको you have to take care of the fact how you look.
Right.
तो
Of
अभी क्योंकि
course.
आप of course you're looking amazing for this live, but
Thank you.
otherwise घर पे for quarantine, are you working out, are you keeping a healthy diet check, or are you like
Yeah.
अभी फिलहाल कुछ दिनों के लिए I'm just gonna eat whatever the hell I want and binge eat and binge watch? So what is it like for you right now?
See, if this lockdown or whatever lockdown was for maybe 2 3 days, we could have done that. But if it's for 15 days, 100% not. So I'm trying to do, not trying to, I usually do something called intermittent fasting when I'm shooting,
Okay.
not when
All
I'm
right.
not shooting. But when I'm shooting, I do that. So I'm doing that right now,
All
which
right.
really helps. So basically, it means I have my dinner at say 8 o'clock at night, and I'll have my brunch, breakfast, whatever at about 11:30, 12.
So for
So
those
that
couple
gives
of
me a
hours,
good.
you are fasting.
Yeah, yeah. So I think
Amazing.
that's the best way to, because what you eat in the 7 8 hours, I think it kind of burns much better when you do intermittent fasting. It's a whole science. So I try and do
Amazing.
that. I am doing my basic workout. I wish I could do more because I'm really into like weights and all of that. So I
Oh,
wish,
nice.
I feel like I want to lift some weight. I want to, just that urge is there, but I'm
Just
doing
keep
like
working
more
out, yeah.
functional training. Like I'm doing my squats, I'm doing my push-ups, crunches, plank, lunges, step up, whatever, you
Amazing.
know. I'm doing all of those things. And luckily, over the last 1.5 years of proper working out, I've understood what exercises work for me. So I'm just trying to
Amazing.
incorporate those and not waste my time with what doesn't work for me.
So functional training in the lack of availability of a gym,
Yes.
you're trying to just be at home and trying to be a little more mindful of how you are
Yeah.
eating, what you are eating. Yeah.
Exactly. And honestly, home food is not that bad. Like if simple,
Yes.
like home ghar ka khana type of food is made at
Idli
home, that's not
sambar. Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
even like roti, you can have like jowar roti or ragi roti with some vegetables
Yes.
and dal. It's actually good for you, you know.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
if you just have simple food and not indulge in like samosas and
Yeah.
cake and all of that, I think you're good. So you don't need to
Yeah.
worry that much. But just even for your whole mental what do you call it? Just when you do some activity, you're a happier person, right?
It's
So
all
just for
connected. Like
that,
I said, physical and mental health are all
exactly.
interconnected with each other.
Yeah, so I think for me it's very important to sweat it out a little bit throughout the day. So I need to do
Absolutely.
something. Yeah.
Great. Raza Gulzar really wants you to take his name during this live. He's been
Hi,
commenting
Rajat,
incessantly.
Gulzar.
There is
Hi.
Abhish, you can say hi. You can just address a
Hi,
couple of people.
Abish. I've missed quite a few questions. I saw this
Yeah.
guy, Kulst Vinay, who is always tweeting and putting up posts. So thank you. Janil, thank you to you also. There are a couple of people who I know by name. So
Sameer Khan is here. A lot of
Sameer,
people
hi
have been, and I
Sameer.
think most of the comments that I was also reading while you were speaking were all that you're a favorite actor. So you are definitely
Yeah,
a favorite for a lot of
I
people,
bet
Nidhi.
that's very sweet. That's very sweet. Thank you. It really means a lot. That's my most favorite compliment. So thank you.
Also, निधि before we wrap this up, मैं हमेशा
Yeah.
अपने गेस्ट से ये सवाल पूछता हूँ जो भी गेस्ट लाइव पर आते हैं I always ask this one question because I think that this explains the person very very well. Tell
Okay.
me, हमारी लाइफ में हमेशा एक पर्टिकुलर थॉट या कोट होता है एक
Mhm.
ऐसा कुछ विचार होता है which we always हमारे जहन में वो चीज रहती है whenever we do anything in life we always go back to this one thought that are we still intact hello am I
I'm
audible
thinking. No, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking of what answer
yeah
to give you. Yeah.
yeah so ऐसा
Uh,
कौन सा थॉट या कोट है जो आपको आपको लगता है it's very relevant to you you've never forgotten it always stays with you
for me, honestly, there are two.
okay
One is like I had even said before to just get better every day. You know, that is my
Mhm.
only aim in life to just be better today than I was yesterday. Believe me, like all that's the only thing that I want to get
be the
better every
best
day.
version of yourself every other day
Yeah, like just be better today than you were yesterday. You know, that's
yeah
all you need to do. You don't need to go from 0 to 100. You need to go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4.
yes
That's all you need
yes
to do. Because when you go
amazing
from 0 to
amazing
100, then you go from 100 to 0 also. So I think that. Um, and the second thing I would think is I just keep reminding myself of that I need to just choose to be happy. You know, I need to choose that because
happiness is
when
a
a lot
choice
yeah it is a choice, you know, and it doesn't depend on other people, it doesn't depend on what's happening around me. If I choose to be happy in the morning, then I'm going to be happy regardless of what's happening around me. So I think
absolutely
that. And one more is that I'm just a very grateful person. I'm always grateful for
amazing amazing
everything. Like even if the worst thing happens, you know, something very bad has happened yesterday, I'll still try to look at it like, okay, maybe there's something good in it, you know,
some
maybe
light
it's
in
happening for
darkness
the
yeah yeah
best.
yeah yeah
And I truly believe that. I believe that it is for the best. So maybe that.
amazing Nidhi. It was
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful speaking to you you were a revelation for me honestly
Thank you.
and you are such like it's so nice to speak to you it's so refreshing बहुत
Thank
बहुत
you so
शुक्रिया
much.
आपका
It
for
was
doing
really
this for
nice to speak to you. You've got
thank
great
you so much
energy
thank you so
and
much
you've got a great smile. So it was really
thank you
nice
so much
talking to you.
same to you Nidhi
Great.
and I wish
Thank
that
you.
when this period ends you come out healthier and happier and I wish
Yes.
you all the best for all of your future projects that are there because
Thank you
we are
so
rooting for
much.
you always
Thank you so much. Wishing
thank
you
you
the
so much
same. And thank you, everybody who's come on. Lots and
whoever
lots
is
of
watching.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nidhi. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Take
Bye.
care.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.